putting out there. But this is, I'll call this video 2 about the moon phases. Very difficult for people to understand. It's very tricky, but once I explain it properly, you should click if you just do a little bit of research, okay, and think a little bit. Now, check out video 1. I'll recall it video 1. So go check out my earlier video, and I'm about to show you how it actually works, okay? So we'll just run over a couple of things. If you haven't seen my last video, this is the cosmic egg of the centre of the universe. This is the black hole of creation. It's a circular hole. It's in the centre of a vortex. That's the resting place inside the core of the vortex. The resting place, which creates our realm, because our realm is fixed and stationary, because it's from the hole. The centre of the hole is no action. It's only around the horizon of the hole is all the action, and that's where the sun is created. It's like the voltage, the spark. The current's built up, bang, creates the spark through the voltage. And this represents the Milky Way. And we're looking down. Imagine looking down through the Milky Way. Down through the Milky Way, this is what we've got. The spiral, the core, the vortex, right there. And there's plenty of action around here. And you put your ear on some vortex water, very noisy. That's what the black hole is. It's an amplifier. Amplifies all the frequencies, because their whole realm is based on frequencies. The frequencies get put into our atmosphere, our firmament of different gaseous layers, which creates the light spectrum, but it's also connected to the eyeballs of man, relayed through his brain, sent back as colours to give him images, right? So, I don't go into too much because I'll just run out of time. It just goes on forever, but that's why I do a lot of videos. But this is our flat earth realm. Looking down on it, slice it to the middle, you get this look here. It's the north, south, south. North, south, 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 all the way around there. So it looks like this. Look what we have here. This is the magnetic field over Earth. The sun's an dilemma. The sun always follows the magnetic field. Science knows that. This is your choke point. The strongest field is in here. It's the energy potential difference between the northern hemisphere and the south. There has to be a difference. It's bigger, wider, and it's weaker. But not as a whole. As a whole, it's the same energy as in here, but it's weaker because it's bigger and more widely dispersed. This is what it looks like. So you can imagine this all the way around the Earth, all the way around. You've got all these curves, see? It's the flowing magnetic field, and the sun, directional sun, is in here, like a spotlight, but only based on frequency, so you don't see any beam of light. And as the season goes on, or the day goes on, it's turning, but as the season goes by, it's going up and down. That's how you get your declination, your seasonal changes, down and out for out here, and up and in for the northern hemisphere, summers. So, no choke point out here, is there? No choke point out here? No, it's in here. This is where we get the EMF. Electromagnetic force gets sucked back into here because there's a stronger force in here. But we get the field coming up, one field coming up here, down here, under here, and over there. Down there, under Earth, and back up there. This is how we get this shape. So you've got to consider positive over, negative under, positive over, negative under. Change in turn, isotropic. Okay? But this is about the moon cycles. I have drawn the cool side, which is the shadow of the sun. This is a big one. This is really mind-blowing once you get to understand this. Shadows. What we see of the moon, what we actually see, is the shadow of the sun. So that's the moon side. The moon we see is the cold side in the shadow of the sun, the beam of light. The light that's coming from the centre of the cosmic egg. The sun turns 24/7, 360 degrees for a 24-hour day. So does the moon, but the sun moves quicker than the moon by 52 minutes a day. So if you freeze frame the sun, and it's over there, we're going to see it on the Earth over here, because it comes through the black hole amplifier of all the frequencies to amplify our realm as a torus field. It comes out of the centre, boom, we're going to see the sun out here. Okay? As it turns, the sun is going to move around like this. And the moon is moving in that same direction. So freeze frame that, we're going to have, if we have the moon there, it's new moon. You can't see it, it's in the light of the sun. Okay? So that is frozen there, that's what you see. Well, you don't see the moon, it's in the light of the sun. Now, let's say it's coming out of new moon and the sun has moved on. It comes out and leaves the moon behind. So now the sun it's come over here, it's left the moon behind, so there's the sunny side. So you get a bit of cold moon over this side. Okay? The white represents the part of the moon that is not seen because it is in the light of the sun. So you just have to work that out yourselves. You see the sunny side, this is turned, and that means the sun's pointing over this way now. Consider that picture there. The sun will be over here because it's blinding, it's hiding this part of the moon. So these are the cold parts of the moon. That's the moon we see, okay, the dark parts. New moon is full of sun, so it is unseen. The cool side of the moon is what we see. It's in black, okay? Think about it. Now, you have to understand man's arc of horizon to understand the true model. This is why they teach you live on a spinning ball, because of this arc. Man's arc of horizon is a rainbow, dome of frequencies. Okay, so you need to understand this. The firmament is like a rainbow. Okay? So this is looking down flat Earth. Okay? So I'm going to scrub this. So, say centre north. Okay, so everything spirals out like this. These are like the run lines or the spider web in celestial navigation. It's all like this. That's how the energy, that's the magnetic field of Earth. Now the sun follows the magnetic field. Science knows that. So, let's say you're seeing the sun go down on the horizon. So you always, observer is always centre to your arc of horizon. See, there's a meridian here over the Earth, north to south. Man has his own arc. He has the same thing. He has an arc of horizon, which is the firmament with all the layers. Okay. So let's say the observer is in here. He's at the centre of his arc of horizon. There's his firmament, all the layers of the firmament. We could say 7. All gases, layers, noble gases, 7 layers to see the whole light spectrum. And he's looking out and he sees the sun go down here, right? The sun is always out at the end here because it's the whole light spectrum. He has to look through the whole light spectrum. All the firmament layers are all made up of the frequencies, and the gaseous layers create the support the frequencies. So the sun is back here, back in the centre of Earth. It's the core, right back in the centre of the Earth above the Arctic. And it projects its light out into the gaseous layers of our realm, out into here. Nothing's seen in here, but it comes from there and it manifests out in here. You've got to go deep here because this is thought, this is physical, non-physical, physical, God's own physical world back here. So you can imagine his brain, an image, a thought becomes reality out here. It's all being reflected out into here as it turns in the centre, casting its light all the way around the earth. So, let's say the sun, we see the sun here, right? Well, there's the magnetic field, curving like that. So, let's say that's the black hole, then the sun will be on this side of the black hole because it's releasing its energy right here. But it swings out like this, following the magnetic field, the curving magnetic field. But you've got to realise the whole firmament is made up of all the frequencies, right? But the moon only has one frequency. So it's right here in the front of us. It's just understanding man's arc of horizon. We all have this arc of horizon. It works in everything. Your Stellarium phone app, what's above you? It's all based on a dome. They have to know where you are, and your phone tells them where you are, so they'll show you the map of the sky from where you are, all relative to the observer. What is an equatorial mount for? So you find your location on the Earth, so they can create your dome. So that's where the star is, on your dome, so you can track that star across your dome. That's what an equatorial mount is for. And then you've got celestial navigation. Celestial navigation, the observer, you take a sextant reading of an angle, they want to know the rest of the angle to your 90 degrees. So zenith, your 90 degrees. That way, that angle there gives you your position relative to the GP point of that star you just took. That is all created within this arc of horizon, your dome. It's a meridian of Earth. A man has a meridian or an arc. It's like this. It's written. The Egyptian Book of the Dead, I think it is, or the America. It's all there. A lot of it. I've read it. It's probably splattered right through the Nagamati library. But yeah, a lot of this came to me through the Desire of Ages. If you want to understand a lot of this, read the Desire of Ages, but you have to think, open your mind to what it's really saying. It's just not literal. There's just a little spin to it. But once you get to understand that little twist, you'll get to understand what it's telling you. The frequencies, because all the frequencies, the bands, let's say you get a frequency zone through here, it's going around the world. Another band with a certain frequency, it's going around the world because that's the whole gaseous layer, right around the world. Well, it's around this way, isn't it? There's no flipping satellite sitting up there. The funny thing is when Tonga had the eruption, and they just were going on about the satellite pictures, the satellite this, the satellite that. But hey, all the communications went down. Where were the satellites then? Oh, there's no satellites. The undersea cable's been broken from the volcano or the earthquake. Oh, don't say anything about that. But they have to give you this image. And it would have taken them 5 minutes to create that image over that place on the map. Because they would have already had the image in the CGI imaging department. Okay, punch it on that position there. Would have taken 5 seconds. So it would have been really coincidental having a satellite directly above the explosion, wouldn't it? Wow, that was pretty amazing. We're right here, take a picture, dang! Woo! It's just absolutely ridiculous, just full of bullshit, and we're all, man is just taking it. He's taking it. Not us lot though, eh? Any questions, just ask me. I can do a video. Someone was querying, telling me it was complicated. It was. I think I've explained it now. I hope you understand. The amplifier of creation amplifies all the frequencies, because everything is, all frequencies in our realm based on frequency, just sound. In the beginning was word, which is basically sound, isn't it? His brain is a fractal of the two hemispheres. Then we get these globies, they're so thick, they're saying, oh, that flatted design, you know, these two hemispheres doesn't create isn't a, I can't remember what they're saying, they're going, but it's not a sphere, is it? Two hemis, something or other. Anyway, you could argue, well, what do you call your brain two hemispheres? Hemispheres. Because they're shaped like that too, aren't they? You put those two together, you've still got a hemisphere. But you swing this one around and put it underneath it, you've got a sphere then. So I've got I've got that on my mind, can't go into that right now. But anyway, yeah, there's a full moon at the back of the sun. This is the Milky Way, remember? We see the Milky Way at night. That's when you're going to see a full moon, it's right at the very back of the sun. The sun is facing that way.